It's going.
Okay, cool. So what brings you on today?
I don't know even where to start, but I haven't really been able to leave my house in a very long time. I leave to do little things because I have to, but every time I leave, I either have to have my best friend go with me, and just like even to like right down the road. But I feel like just like this crushing weight, like something bad is going to happen. Just like I don't know, I just feel I get really pent up and I just start to like feel like I don't know, like just something terrible's gonna happen. And I don't even know what it possibly could be.
Sounds like it would be very frustrating.
It's very frustrating because it wasn't always this way. It just kind of developed within like the last 2 years, and it makes it very hard to get things done.
Yeah. It really sounds that you're struggling with going out without best friend. How long have you been friends with best friend?
Well, we lived together, and since we were 12 years old.
12 years old. Did you start living together at 12 years old?
No.
Okay.
We're 27. We started
Okay.
living together about 2-3 years ago.
Okay, so you haven't been able to go anywhere with him since y'all been living together.
Without him,
Without him.
I have to have him.
Yeah.
And if it's not him, it's just someone else.
So it's not just confined to the best friend. It does other people also.
Yeah. It's not anything really to do with him. It's just like I feel like I need someone next to me or with me in an area to feel comfortable. Especially if it's a big open space. Oh yeah, like I need because there's just so much that could happen. There's just so much space where things could happen. But if you have this person right here, then it's fine.
So is this every time you go out, or is it just like most of the time?
No,
you go out, or just certain events?
it's every time.
Every time.
I'd like it to not be, but it's every time. You wait in a line, and you just feel everyone around you, and you're just stuck. You're just confined there. And if it's an open space, there's like too much going on. And if it's a small space, it's too much. I can't find a good balance for it.
Sounds like it'd be very scary to live in that.
It is. It really is. Like I don't even have a job where like I go out anymore. I once this continued to persist, I started to work from home. And I don't know if that's exacerbated things or not, but like I sit at home and I feel nice and comfortable. This is my space. This is and it's not a very big space, it's not a very small space. It's my space. But you could take me and put me in the same size space somewhere else and happen to be outside, out in that world, and it's too much.
Is that fear? Is it more about? Is the fear associated more with the leaving your space, or is it associated more with like when you're out? Like when do you feel most fearful?
Right when I walk out that door, it starts to mount. It's not the most fearful. It starts to build and build and build and build and build, and there's this threshold. And right when I'm in it, and hopefully not by myself, that's not really a thing. It's just I feel just like everything's bad. Like the Vegas shooter, you know, that could have been me.
So when have you ever found yourself like out alone any time
Bad when I was younger, yeah.
when you were younger?
Yeah.
Did anything happen to
No, it just kind of just started building one day. This feeling of I think I would call it being very anxious,
yeah.
very worked up, and it just started building, and then now it's just insurmountable. I feel like.
Do you feel like there's nothing you can do to
Yeah.
take care of that?
Except for what works, which is stay home.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your family. What were they like? Did they seem to have any sort of anxiety about going out?
No, mom would just always kind of warn us, my brother and I, about the dangers of the world and things like that, and just how you shouldn't trust everybody and that everything's not how it seems. And then Dad he was present, but he would go out and do things, and we would go out as a family, and everything would be fine. But I always just thought about the things my mother said and how anything could really happen out there. You're not in control.
But you didn't have these feelings when you were younger. It didn't start happening till
No.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
about when I was 25, 24.
Okay. How'd you get along with like your mom and your dad? Did you feel more of a connection with your mom? Since you seem to have.
Yeah, I think I took more of what she told me to heart than my father.
Yeah.
Not because I was not because I wanted to pick sides. It just what she said made more sense.
It resonated with you more.
Yeah, it resonated with me.
Okay. What was your family like when you were growing up? Were y'all like really close or really distant from each other?
We were, fairly close, as most families are. We weren't like super clingy or connected to one another, and not as well as not distant. We were just a normal family.
Okay. Let's see. Do you remember much about elementary school? Like, did you have any of this anxiety when you were at school?
No, but I was also I do remember being pretty cautious and kind of fairly aware of my surroundings and just always feeling like something might be looming that I don't know about in the distance that I needed to worry about.
Sounds like it'd be very difficult to have this feeling for so long.
Yeah, well, eventually I thought it was just a normal thing. I thought it was natural. I thought everybody felt that way.
Sound like you were pretty shocked when you realized this.
Yeah.
So you do remember feeling, so you said you felt cautious in school, but you didn't have like the level of anxiety that you do now when you were younger.
Yeah. Yeah, now I have to stay here. This is my happy place. Well, I'm not saying that I'm not happy when I'm out there. I'm just so terrified that I don't even really feel anything but terror.
So that terror overrides a lot of pleasant or happy experiences that you have.
Yeah, definitely.
Something to be very sad almost to deal with that every day.
Yeah, I don't even know how I was able to make it here today. Thankfully, my best friend's in the lobby right now. I can actually hear him in the distance talking to people. So it's a good thing he's here. Like, I don't know what I would do.
So he's giving you a sort of comfort, even though he's not in the physical room with you. Okay. Do you ever use any sort of like substances to try to deal with this anxiety?
No. Maybe I should though. I just, I drink a lot of water and I eat normal food and I just stay home and that works.
I know you said it's hard for you to get out without your best friend, but have you had a physical lately?
It's been a couple months. My
Couple
mom
months?
had to take me actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And did anything show up in the physical? Like, were there any issues, or did the doctor ask you to look at?
According to the doc, I'm healthy, but I don't feel that way. There's something going on.
Yeah. Seems to be very frustrating to like know something is happening, but you don't know what's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frustrating is definitely one of the words I would think of.
A lot of frustration because of this anxiety that you're experiencing. And location doesn't seem to matter. It's all locations, but it lessens when you're with someone that you're close to.
Easiest way to put it is, if your office was my home, out there, that location, that's what matters.
So anything outside of like the building that you live in?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The easiest way to put it would be, imagine, you know how there's people that always think the world's gonna end because of some biblical event or some kind of astronomical event. That's how it feels every time I walk outside, even if it's just the smallest thing. And like, there's no immediate danger, but I just feel like there's just something out to get me, and it might not even be me specifically. It just out to get us as people. And so, I found these ways to just hold myself up in my little hobbit hole, and just be here. Nothing can touch me.
Okay. It seems like there's definitely a sort of paranoia around. It is. Do you ever? Is there anything else that like? Is there anything telling you to feel anxious? Like, do you ever like hear things?
No, like voices? No,
Okay.
I'm not crazy. No, it's just me. It's just me. It's my intuition. I'd like to think, my
Okay.
self-preservation.
So you feel it like in your gut.
Yeah,
that
it's
something's wrong.
this tightening of like a knot,
Okay.
and then it loosens right when I walk through those doors. If this was my house, I'd be pointing at my house, but we're not at my house, obviously.
Yeah. So you said it loosens, like
Yeah.
so it doesn't get tighter. It gets looser.
It gets looser when I walk into my house.
Oh, okay.
But like talking about it right now, it's getting very tight.
Okay.
It's getting very tight.
Okay. So this anxiety definitely gets worse when you're outdoors, but it's less when you're with other people.
Yeah.
And it's very pervasive. It happens in all scenarios. It doesn't matter if you're going outdoors to an event, if you're going to the grocery store, you feel this in general.
Yes.
Okay. Where would you like to, if you could change, say like where you're feeling at is a 1 right now, where would you like to see yourself? Like, what would you, if you could wave a magic wand and all of your issues were gone, what would that look like?
That I can just step out those doors and experience things. Nature, other human beings, interact with people, have friends again. I don't even know why that guy is still my friend. I'm very thankful for that, but like, I don't really see anybody anymore except my parents if they come to me. It'd just be nice to just be normal,
Okay, and if where you are right now was a 1, where would you like to see yourself? Say in the course of like a month or 2 months.
Be able to walk outside for even like 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes by myself. Even if I'm just walking around the neighborhood.
Okay. So is that something that's something you'd like us to work on?
Yeah,
if we continue seeing
if you know of anything that I can do, that would be great.
Okay. Okay, so we in the next few months, in our sessions, you'd like to try and go out for short periods of time. Maybe just stand outside or make a short trip to like the grocery store or something.
Yeah.
Maybe make a.
That sounds really scary, but if yeah, sure.
Okay. I definitely like us to work in baby steps on that. Make short trips. Go outside the door. Come back in.
Okay.
And then stay out for like a little bit longer each time. I might also recommend, along with our sessions, maybe seeing a psychiatrist about that, just to see what his or her opinion is on this. Just to give us a little extra help and help you feel a little bit better while we're adjusting throughout all of this. And hopefully we can maybe get at least down to about 50% or like half your anxiety in the course of like the next month or 2.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling me your story and talking with me today.
Thank you for listening.